This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 830. I am Brian Kilby. Thank you, Chris, for covering for me last week. I had some technical issues, and they're straightened out. Fortunately,
it all sounded very interesting.
Yes, Diecast is here with me, so it would have been a waste for him to be here and us not to do the show. He just waved.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, there you go. That's much better. Chris again. Chris.
Yes.
Don.
Hello.
Matt.
Hello.
I was going to say Rob, but
he's not here.
He's not here. Like, for
sadly,
people listening to the podcast, obviously we do this on video as well. You are our primary audience. I want you to know that, podcast listeners. But like Chris and Rob don't show up on video, so like if they don't talk, I don't know whether they're here or not. So, okay. Hey, Radio Free Cybertron is the world's first and oldest Transformers toy and action figure podcast, and boy, are my arms tired.
Yeah. And by everything else.
Yep. Everything else.
Yeah.
Everything else is tired.
So it's all downhill. It's all downhill from here, boys.
Pretty much.
Right, Don?
Yep.
I don't know. I'm just craning out of control, waiting for something to stop me at the bottom. Probably gonna be a tree.
Well, you know what the old saying is: watch out for that tree.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah. Dawn of the Jungle.
Dawn of the Jungle.
Yeah.
So, hey, toys. There's stuff to talk about. There's a lot of news.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Let's talk about Robosen has another Transformer in the works.
Yeah, this was actually really funny because on last week's show, we were talking like, do we actually expect them to do any more transforming robot toys? And we were kind of thinking like, nah.
And I was listening along in the shower at that point, just at TMI. And I'm like, I agreed. I'm like, no, we're not going to do any more. And yeah, we are actually, and it's Grimlock, and this is one I might buy.
I want it. I mean, I talked to Robosen, and they hinted something was coming, but then when I saw the non-transforming Optimus Prime, I was like, maybe that's what they were hinting at, even though I thought they were hinting at another character that would do transformation. So yeah, I was kind of confused but surprised, and all at the same time.
It's USB-C as well. Is your Optimus Prime USB-C or like micro USB?
I don't know.
I think it's micro. If it's like the T9 that I had. So we're guessing Greg Berger has a voice in this, right? There's like no way
it does have voice dialogue, and I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I would hope so.
Has to be. It's wonderful. I love it.
But just to see this transform and then start walking as Grimlock in dinosaur mode would be amazing.
What are we guessing the price on this is? What's retail on Optimus Prime now? $7?
The small one, yeah. The smaller one, the retail is $6.99.
Yeah.
So
the other question is, how many pre-orders are we going to have to cancel to balance it out?
We're not trying to Dynanomics it yet.
Yeah. I really want it.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be cheaper than anything we've seen so far.
No. My problem again with these things is they're not collectibles in the sense that, like, they're toys. They're very expensive toys, and the batteries will eventually go dead. And like 90%, 95% of the reason you bought it will no longer work. So there's like a ephemeral nature to it. But with that said, this one's kind of worth it.
It looks really nice too in robot mode. We've only seen the robot mode so far, so it's interesting how we came about knowing about this. Hyper Shouta in our Discord passed this my way. It came from the FCC's device identification registry, basically. So Robosen had just about 10 days ago put in an application for an FCC device ID, and all that really means is they're registering it and providing information to the government that it works this way. It's not going to do this, this, or this. It's their, assurances and stuff. And basically, this is getting a license to have a transmitting radio frequency device. But along with that is stuff like all those pictures of the robot mode came from there, from a PDF document. There's a copy of the quick start guide and some specifications, which is how we know it transforms, because in the specifications, it's got dimensions listed for the robot and then separate dimensions listed for what it calls a dragon mode.
Dragon. Yeah.
No, I mean, it makes sense if you think about it, but so we don't have any visuals of it transforming or what the alternate mode looks like at this point, but the robot mode looks really good. And it's really interesting to me that of all things, this came up through just a device compliance registry basically, and not the normal leak channel.
Okay, so it's 381 millimeters tall in robot mode, so about 15 inches. That's crazy.
I mean, how big is the original edition Optimus?
He's got to be 16.
Yeah, because the second edition Optimus is not that much smaller than the first one.
Right.
So he's smaller. Okay, well.
Yeah, the second edition is smaller and has a few less motors in it, I believe. And I assume the Grimlock is going to follow suit with that.
Human size. He's listed as human size. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I agree. I think they want to make it the same size as the smaller Optimus Prime and keep the price point around the same.
It's like when we went to MP10.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, or MP12. Is it 12? Optimus was 12, or was he 10?
10.
10, yeah. So they rebooted the size scale for that.
The one bad thing about this Robosen stuff, even though you did mention a good thing, Brian, about in not too many years, this thing is going to become a paperweight. But we assign FOMO to a lot of this stuff, whether it's justified or not. You feel like if I don't get it now, I'm not going to get it. I think with this, it's probably more justified because
it's dinosaur.
We haven't seen we haven't seen any of the Robosen stuff go technically on sale. It's just not been available anymore. And so I think a lot of people are going to have to decide, am I going to get it when it comes out, or can I live with myself if I don't get it?
I can live with myself.
Yeah, because you can't live with live with that. But I'm just saying, I think the FOMO in this is slightly more justified considering
Grimlock is cooler than Optimus Prime.
Yeah,
well, that's
the
true.
flagship went on sale. I bought it on sale at TFCon.
It did?
Yeah.
Okay, I never saw the Robosen stuff anywhere listed for less than its regular
online
retail.
I don't think
that's what you get for not going to TFCon.
Yeah. Speaking of
FOMO,
Diecast talked my wife into letting us go to TFCon. Thank you, Diecast.
No problem.
I will be at TFCon Orlando now. All the reasons that I didn't get the Optimus Prime apply to Grimlock. I shouldn't get it. I probably won't, but I want it. I do want it, but I'm not going to get it. But I want to watch video of it. A lot of video.
Yeah. I mean, they had good promotional coverage of the first one. So, I don't think we're going to be wanting for when they reveal this, good demonstrations and showcases of what the Grimlock can do. My big question right now, it's not easy to design a robot to walk unsupported and, without the side forks like old toys had.
Uh-huh.
I'm wondering if they have developed this in such a way that it can walk properly in dinosaur mode, or if it's just going to do some kind of awkward shuffle or even be immobile.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
Yeah.
In the cartoon, he kind of shuffled.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, that was just bad animation.
That's true. Yeah, this is interesting. I can't wait to learn more. And I'm guessing we're going to learn about this on the live stream Tuesday.
Probably. There's a little bit of question about that because the live stream, the tweet, I believe one of the social media posts, it might not have been the tweet, might have been on Instagram, mentioned that it was Robosen Optimus Prime that they were going to be talking about.
Well, Maybe they need to make another announcement.
In that case, it would be that Rise of the Beasts one that doesn't transform, that is in the process of being drip feed showcased prior to the real unveiling, I guess, later this month.
With the movie coming up, I imagine that's the one they're going to want to promote.
I would think so.
But they're still sending emails with questions and features that you want it to have. Because I got another one today.
That's interesting.
Okay.
The other thing too is this Grimlock. There's obviously a finished build of it because there's the photos, but applying for the FCC ID, that process could take a while, and they're probably not going to launch that until they have
That's
that
fair.
approval. So it could be months from now before that can actually go to market.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Fair. But hey, live stream on Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern.
Supposed to be some Generations reveals too.
Good. This time the guest is 6-0.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if that's a hint at anything that might be revealed, but I can't think of
There'll be photographs.
a really strong connection.
There'll be photographs on the stream.
Yeah, we already have Pink Hot Rod, so I don't know what else.
Yeah, that's really kind of the point, isn't it? Because he was one of the big advocates of that.
I mean, when they launched, Headmaster Arcee, Don didn't get to unveil it, so
it was kind of a different world then, though.
It was a different time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Don would have been on stage at HasCon if it was 2023.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I would wish I could have been when Thew when they announced Death Stars and Thew was on there. I would have been. Hopefully that is taken back by it, but that was then. This is now.
Yeah. Via JT Prime and Pixel Master, a retooled Earthrise Prowl coming in a Buzzworthy 2-pack with battle damage remolds.
Yeah, it's a Buzzworthy 2-pack, so it's going to Target.
This design team is so weird, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So according to Pixel Master, the retools are the chest for the robot. It's going to have battle damage and a effects parts plug-in.
For a smoldering hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
And a retooled face that's going to be the death expression, but supposedly the eyes are still going to be blue and not orange.
Oh man,
we need fire coming out of the mouth and everything.
Yeah, apparently we're not getting that either. But
it should have been amber, really overdone light piping.
Yeah. The speculation right now. This is part of a 2-pack. The speculation right now is the other toy is going to be Studio Series Ironhide. Because when that was being developed, there was talk of battle damage parts being made for it, which obviously the toy we got so far did not come with. If those got produced, those alternates would get run and be part of this 2-pack.
So Studio Series Ratchet without a head, then.
Yeah.
Kinda.
It's
Ironhide though.
Now I'm thinking of horrible, terrible things to have on the shelf, like the old versus
like a 2-pack of dead Wheeljack and Ratchet. I want this now, Hasbro.
No, I mean I'm thinking the Autobot that died and then who killed him, like Scavenger and Prowl. And it's like the old versus sets. And I'm thinking that's sad, and I want it at the same time.
No, I demand a 2-pack of dead Wheeljack and Windcharger.
Yeah.
Where's my zombie Optimus Prime? I've been saying for years I want a zombie.
You got it a couple years ago.
Y'all can have all this stuff you want. Just keep.
No, we got dead Optimus Prime.
Yeah,
zombie Optimus
undead.
Prime.
Well, fair.
I want a zombie Optimus Prime. I don't care if a third party does it. The first person that gives me a zombie Optimus Prime, you have my money.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all can have all that stuff. Give me my Killing Jar characters first. And then y'all can have zombies.
I just want some cyber jets. A decent set of cyber jets.
Yeah, there you go.
The thing is, Chris, they
Turbo
could...
Masters, hello.
Yeah.
They could take the Cybertron Thundercracker. It was basically a cyber jet.
They'd have to sell that thing as a Voyager today, Don.
I know. I'm just saying it could be done without needing a new mold. It wouldn't be perfect, but it could be done.
There's got to be a better mold, a better, newer mold they could pick that would work with some retooling for that. But I prefer they just, start from the ground up for this thing they're not going to do in the first place.
Yeah. Hey, so you guys were talking about this last week, and I had no idea what you're talking about. This is one that I couldn't click in to see like the link, but it's a first look at Miner Megatron. So this is like an actual official toy.
Yes.
Huh.
Of Siege Megatron yet again.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it totally is.
Yeah.
Why?
Oddly, though, like for a toy that was designed after the fact, it's very accurate now to the comic book art of Megatron at this point in history.
I
Bearing
don't
in
hate
mind
it.
that at no point in the comics did we see Megatron's alt mode when he was in this form.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
It's actually a very nice retool, a very good deco job on it. The tank mode is pretty damn weak the way it's shown in this picture, but it might be misconfigured. We're not sure. The weird thing is, remember, Combat Hero Megatron, the first generation Selects toy, the Tiger Stripes one? It had an IDW Megatron head, basically. This one has a very similar head, but it's not the same head. They made a new head that is substantially identical to the one that already existed, but they decided to make over again.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the way the toolings were, they had to use they lost the old head, the piece. I don't know. Not like literally lost the head, but like lost the piece of the tooling that had it.
Sometimes you just need more head.
Okay, so let's move on.
I hate this man sometimes.
Yeah, so first look at Rise of the Beast Studio Series Optimus Prime. New photos are Armada Megatron, Nemesis, and more from Hasbro China display event. So
Yeah, I don't know the proper name for this event.
the Hasbro China display, that's the event, or it's the Hasbro China event display. I'm assuming it's that.
Something like that.
I don't know what I think about this Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. I don't think I like it.
Yeah, it's interesting. They made the left arm where a gun can flip out of it.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, there's like weird color choices I'm picking up on this with some of the breakdowns, and it just
It just doesn't click for me.
I don't feel like it needs to replace my Studio Series 38.
It definitely doesn't replace it.
Maybe when more pictures come in, it'll look more impressive, but
Yeah.
I'm not really feeling it that like it doesn't look bad. It's just not really doing anything for me.
Yeah, I can't do it. It just doesn't work.
Armada Megatron still looks good.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to find all the pictures. Oh yeah, I think it looks better actually. I think it looks better posed here than what we saw before.
I like him a lot.
Yeah, I've definitely warmed up to it.
And knowing that he may have some other characters that he'll interact with, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
And
I'm still hoping for a Demolisher.
Yeah. Armada Optimus Prime looks great. I'm jealous for everybody that has it in their pile of loot right now.
I'd be hitting ship. Ship.
I'm sure a lot of people did.
And Nemesis was unveiled last week, right? So I wasn't on the show and I didn't get a chance to talk about it.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I think it's what I always say. I'm like, please Hasbro, give us new characters, give us new something. Hasbro's like, here's something brand new, and I'm like, oh, like, okay, thank you. Can I get like another Grimlock instead?
Finger on the monkey's paw curls.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just for whatever reason it just doesn't.
The ship mode looks great.
Ship mode looks good. I don't display my toys in ship mode. I typically display them in robot mode.
Okay, like I think with the Arc and the Nemesis now, like you should be displaying those in ship mode.
Correct.
My Arc is in robot mode right now.
Or at least have two of each, like I do.
Yeah, that way you can buy a globe and then mount the two ships around the globe, And then when they do Axelon in the dark side, you could do that as well, because eventually they'll actually give those two actual robot modes.
I'd love a Titan class Axelon.
Don, I kind of like where you're going with this, but I'm going to replace what you said with HasLab Unicron that Brian has, and then you could have one ship on each side acting like they're flying around Unicron. That would be a cool display.
I want to see a Titan class Quintesson ship.
Yes.
Yeah, a big drill.
I'd buy that.
Good luck making that transform.
It could. Well, I say they could figure it out.
I think that's kind of the point. Like, I would love just to see how the engineering would be made to work on that. And like,
that's a challenge, Hasbro.
That's a challenge with the Nemesis too. Jumping down a couple items, Sam Smith posted behind the scenes stuff for Nemesis, including like the working concept art for it. And like, you can tell that while it's all from the same core idea, when they were just working in the concept art stage, they had like a specific idea and look for what the robot was trying to represent, and getting a toy that looks like Nemesis to become that ended up being kind of the stumbling point. They got really close. It just is not quite up to where the concept was. But like, you can see in the photos from the Instagram post, which for our purposes, we've got the link to Autobase Aichi's article, which kind of collects everything together, because this was spread over 3 Instagram posts. Like, you can see the way they're posing the toy, they're getting as close to that art concept as possible. It's supposed to be kind of like, hulking monstrous. It's not like it's not like the last Autobot where it's, this existing refined thing. This is designed to look a lot more menacing looking. But like, again, the same as, I don't know how they would possibly unravel a Quintesson drill into a cohesive robot. Like, I'm amazed they did as much as they did with the Nemesis.
Yeah. I'll get it.
Well, of course. I will get it too, but I'm going to wait till the price drops, like, every Titan previous has.
Yeah. So, it's already up for pre-order, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I already pre-ordered it. So. Yeah.
I like how it just seems like a reflexive assumption on your part. Is it up for pre-order? Oh yeah, I've got it.
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah,
I have it pre-ordered. Okay. So, box photos of Studio Series Rise of the Beast, Rhinox, and Gamer Edition Megatron.
I actually feel pretty good about how Megatron looks.
Yeah, I guess.
I
canceled my pre-orders for all the Gamer stuff.
Well, I haven't pre-ordered any of it, but like, I'm interested in this one. The like major thing that I don't like about this is just how plain the fusion cannon looks, because the War for Cybertron toy originally had a really a very designed, detailed fusion cannon piece that was the arm cannon and the turret. They've oddly simplified this a little bit, I think, in how the whole thing works, and put more of the turret elements into the arm instead of letting it all be on the cannon like it used to be. So that looks a lot more plain and, to me, disappointing. But like, otherwise, the shapes and proportions for both modes look about where I want them to be. And while the back of box image has Megatron looking fairly dark, you can see through the little window on the front of box picture, like, it's actually a much more typical like Megatron light gray, which is where I was hoping it would land. So, pending more pictures, like, I am interested in this, and this will probably be the first one of these that I get.
What is he, a Voyager?
Yeah, a Voyager.
Okay.
And then Rhinox definitely exists.
Are we glad about that?
No.
Or?
It has form. It has mass. We can destroy it.
Yeah. Oh God, looking at it, it reminds me of one of the Age of Extinction, like, Dinobots in robot mode. It has like a very Age of Extinction style vibe to it.
I could see that.
Okay, I hadn't had that take on it at all.
So think back to like all the Knights BS stuff in those last 2 movies. Like the
Oh yeah, okay. So I could see. Yeah, that's more like one of the generic night dragon things from the last night.
yeah. It kind of looks like that, which means that I absolutely hate it.
Okay, well, fair enough.
I absolutely hate this.
I always thought that deluxe dragon looked interesting, but I never. Actually, I might have got a version of that.
Did you rock the dragon?
Um,
Did you chase the dragon?
I've been known from time to time.
Yeah, no, I don't think I could like this any less than I do.
The other thing too is like the robot mode. There's not a lot of like design language difference from the Studio Series Voyager Cheetor either. Like obviously they're completely different toys,
Yeah.
but they've homogenized the design so much that one doesn't really feel that different from the other. Like just to look at them in robot modes. Colors aside, color I guess aside, because each toy has like one color.
So you don't have it in the show notes,
movies.
but today tickets went on sale for Rise of the Beasts,
Mhm.
and they're in some select towns. It looks like on June 7th, which is unfortunately my birthday, so I'm subjecting myself to this on my birthday. There's like fan early sneak peeks of the movie, so I'm gonna go. So like we're not doing it like June 7th, which is their normal Wednesday time. If you watch the live stream, we're not doing the show that day. We're doing it on Thursday, so that Diecast and I, we're the only two who are gonna watch it, can give our thoughts, spoiler-free thoughts, but thoughts on Rise of the Beast.
Maybe I'll be out sick that day.
Yeah, I have to
Maybe we
say,
all will.
yeah, I have to say, I am just not looking forward to this. Like the more I see of it, the less and less I'm interested. It's I realize it's not Michael Bay. He's not running it, but it feels more and more like a Michael Bay movie. The more
So
Brian, take comfort in the fact of knowing that you will never be as disinterested in it as I am.
That's very true.
Yeah.
So from one of the recent trailers, I have decided though I want a toy of the gauntlet weapon that the main human character is wearing.
like a role play toy.
Yeah.
So like my 6-year-old has like a Spider-Man deal like that. It's like a web shooter, but it's on the top of the wrist instead of the bottom.
Yeah.
It's almost exactly like that.
Mhm.
Okay. So this
I
is
can see that thing firing Nerf darts.
Yeah. So stock photos of EarthSpark Deluxe Grimlock. So I'm not buying this, but I do like the way it looks.
Yeah. Like it seems like somebody finally figured out like what to do about making robot legs out of Grimlock's tail and not having a tail that is basically like a soup spoon.
Yeah.
Which is to turn it 90 degrees. So instead he has a keel.
Yeah, and I just like the shape and form of the upper body.
Yeah.
It has its own sort of unique profile to it that I think looks nice.
Okay, so prior to Studio Series Leader Grimlock, I would say there has not been like a 100% good Grimlock toy, especially in the smaller scales, in many, many years.
Oh yeah.
This is the closest we've gotten to like a really nice, just like basic Grimlock toy in some damn time.
I love the line, the head, just like the sort of the black face, and just how his eyes just stand out.
Yeah,
I think that's a very sharp look.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, yeah, like I'm not buying this line, but if I was, I would be eager to get this one.
I'm buying
it's
this
a really
line.
Yeah,
it's a really good design, and the next time they need to do like, I don't want to say higher end, but like a higher complexity Grimlock in a new style. I would like them to take cues from this for how to actually do that. Because I think they've hit on something good here with just the engineering and the silhouette of the dinosaur.
If they were to squeeze EarthSpark into generations, like they sometimes do, I'd be all about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I agree with Captain Rufus, who in our Discord, tfradio.net/Discord, said, still do our classics for dinosaur mode on the Grimlock.
Yeah.
And that pretty much is my yardstick for a Grimlock at that size, too. That was an excellent toy.
Mm-hmm. Beast Wars versus 03, Cheetor versus Waspinator stock photos. Oh, that's nice.
Ooh, the Waspinator looks nice.
They put a lot of paint on that thing. Like the previous high watermark for a high deco Waspinator was Telemocha from like 15 years ago now. And like this gives that a run for its money and has the advantage of a show accurate sculpt to put all that on. Now, that said, I am not buying this. I don't need these damn molds again. But like they did a really good job with that Waspinator to deco it to look like the cartoon.
I just hit pre-order.
Of course you did.
Yep. Okay. So now I can show it. Now that I've ordered it.
Cheetor is there too, but the differences with that are not as drastic. They changed the color of the cheetah eyes, which I think is more of a concession to the robot mode than accuracy to the cheetah mode. But like versus the Netflix and the original release, like there's not a ton more that they could have done with the toy to make it show accurate. Waspinator is the real star out of this 2-pack, and I think for people who are going to buy this, that's going to be the sole reason. At the same time, it's $60.
Yep, that's what I did. Okay.
But we never got a Cheetor that was right. Like the main line wasn't right, and the Netflix one wasn't right because the Netflix one left off some paint features. Mm-hmm. So I think there's validity to justifying both of those figures.
There's a little gap in the Venn diagram that this can slot into, yes, but between the two, I don't think people are going for this for Cheetor.
Yeah. Obviously, Waspinator's the star, but in my head, I still can justify that Cheetor too.
Okay, so the 2004 Grand Convoy Lucky Draw, we have photos of that now, and I love it. So this was what? There was a contest to color it?
A coloring contest, basically, and then whichever colored drawing of Grand Convoy Energon Optimus was selected as the winner would have a small number of units produced in those colors. So 10 in this case.
I really like it.
So, this theoretically, these colors were devised by, a 10-year-old, theoretically.
Yeah. I think it looks nice.
Yeah. Like I was saying in pre-show when we were talking about some of this, like I think this could have been more. Like there could have been, more specialness to it. But it's very interesting looking, and I love highlighting like weird, rare oddities like this when they turn up. Like that off-color Leo Convoy from the one Japanese like little event.
I clicked the next news item. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm looking at.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Let's go on to that.
Okay, so Transformers: Rise of the Beast, Porsche apparel, and as it's noted, and I clicked into it and saw that it's true at very Porsche prices.
Yeah.
So the sweatshirt is $200.
Tell them how much the baseball cap is.
$59. That's less crazy to me than $200 for a sweatshirt.
Does it say Porsche on it?
It's got the logo.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, Diecast. I thought he said horse.
Porsche.
Okay.
So the T-shirt is $89, and it's like just a couple of logos.
Well, it's a Porsche logo.
Yeah. $89.
When I first saw mention of this come up and somebody remark incredulously at the sweatshirt being $200, I'm like, no, it's Porsche merchandise. Of course it's $200.
Yeah.
The shirt, the hat actually doesn't shock me that it's $89.
59.
$59, sorry. Like for $59, like I wouldn't get it.
I think $60 is pretty absurd for a baseball cap.
$25 is probably, like, I would say is probably not a bad price for a baseball cap.
$25 I think is high end for a baseball cap. This is just kind of absurd.
Well, this has the baseball cap has a little bit more print on it than the shirt does. That's for sure. Because it's got the raised emblem. It's got the Transformers logo kind of on the background and Porsche written on it.
Yeah.
To where the shirt is just the Transformers emblem and the Porsche symbol just printed on it.
And the Autobot face logo print and the actual logos behind or in front of I think that it looks kind of sharp, actually. I'm not paying. I wouldn't buy it, but like if I saw somebody buying it, it wouldn't hurt my feelings. But $200 for that sweatshirt or $90 for the T-shirt, that's crazy.
Anon ETF says clearance is the answer to the Porsche movie apparel. If the concept is applicable in their business, it's not.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, it's not. They don't
to-
clearance stuff.
To avoid devaluing their brand, they would literally burn and bury the stuff before they would clearance it.
Yeah, that's pretty common actually.
Didn't Funko Pop just not that
Yeah,
Porsche and Funko Pop is the same thing, but Funko
No.
Pop basically just burned everything.
Yeah, they Atari ET'd a bunch of backstock basically.
Why didn't they just recycle that? What was the problem? It's plastic.
Well, Don, here's the big lie about plastic. You can't recycle most of it.
Well, I know. I'm saying
Most
they could have done
plastic can't be
something.
recycled, and then typically the plastic can be recycled once.
Okay, I thought you could.
It's not.
I knew it was
recyclable.
limited, but I didn't know it was that.
It's not like aluminum
Or
like
glass.
or glass.
Glass is amazing for recycling.
Yeah.
If you've got somebody willing to actually go through the process.
Yeah.
Even paper, which is considered to be, environmentally friendly and everything, has a limited recycle life.
Yeah. Like my local community doesn't even recycle glass. It's trash here. But like I've lived at places where you recycle glass. Okay.
Yeah.
Rise of the Beast Halloween costumes from disguise.com.
The picture I keep seeing pop up is the Cheetor, and it's just hilarious to me. That's why I put it in here.
It's Black Panther.
Well, it's Orange Panther, kind of. It's Orange Robot
It's
Panther.
ugly.
Yeah, it's
really
bad.
is.
It is bad.
Now, one thing that is kind of cool on here is that Optimus Prime blaster. That's like the third or fourth item in the row.
Oh, I hate their like image thing where like instead of actually zooming in on the image, it has like tiles that it zooms in on.
No.
Oh, this is bad.
How much is the blaster?
Oh,
I don't. I only looked at the catalog listing and it didn't have a price at that view. But like, this is typical Halloween costume stuff. I don't think the blaster would be more than $20-$25 at most.
maybe not. Maybe, who knows?
And they're usually those kind of accessories are usually pretty big. So like, if you just want an Optimus Prime blaster to wave around a little
16
bit,
inches by 7 inches.
Well,
That's not that
that's-
big.
that's not that small either. I
Yeah.
mean, and that at that size, that's likely to be probably like $15.
We'll see. And for Dawn, advanced graphics cardboard character standees, including a quote unquote life size RC. I think you need this, Dawn.
Don, pre-order that now.
Yeah, it's $50 for our life size RC.
I haven't seen this, so I have no idea what you're referring to. I'm sorry.
Well, you don't look at the show notes. Life
Well,
size
no,
RC.
I just got home a little bit ago. Didn't have a chance to.
You could literally look at it 5 seconds before I get to it. Okay, so you need this, Dawn. You really do.
Yeah, it's taking advantage of the fact that RC in the movie transformed into a motorcycle, and the motorcycle that transforms normally and without funny business would be about the size of a human.
It's 37 inches wide and just under 6 feet tall.
Don's not listening anymore.
No. I don't know what I think about these. $50 isn't bad, I guess, for that.
That Prime doesn't look too bad.
No.
I mean, none of them look bad. The worst thing you can get is just like an unflattering angle for the picture, but like
Like if this was something other than Rise of the Beast, say if this was Earthspark or something else,
or G1.
or G1, non evergreen.
Yeah.
Which it wouldn't be.
Right.
I mean, actually, no. There's like Twitch and Megatron.
Huh.
So yeah. So they do have Earthspark stuff here.
Maybe like some original Beast Wars stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be
The
nice.
Twitch is nice. Like if I wanted to, like that would be one to get potentially.
well, Don's rejoined us. So, Don, did you order that RC yet?
No, not yet. Sorry, I was trying to keep Hank from eating things he should be eating. So,
Well, that's a
Sorry.
cat. So.
Yeah. Don, I think you need to buy one of these.
I'll take a look. It's like that DLX RC we talked about last week. It's nice, but I think I'm good unless there's something major. I think I'm good on RC representations for the right now.
Okay, cool. Okay, let's talk about what we got this week. Who wants to go first? Chris.
Okay. I just got an off-topic thing, so your fault for picking me. So a couple weeks ago, I was talking about receiving some of the Robot Spirits 8th MS Team Gundam figures that our patron and friend of the show, Jason Hiley, sent my way from my Amazon wish list. So when I was out with Hey Mickey a couple weeks ago, we stopped at a comic book store in Georgia, and I saw some more of them, including the Zaku that goes with that set of figures. And that store wanted $72 for that toy. I did not buy that. But just this past week, I saw that on Amazon, it was on sale for about $52, and I happened to have a small pile of rewards points to spend. So I ended up getting that Zaku, and in cash, I only paid about $38 for it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was hoping Rob would be here just to appreciate that. Oh, I got another, nice Gundam figure. But I figured at least Don can appreciate that. Hey, I got a really good deal on this.
Yeah, I know what the Zaku is, and that anime spirit stuff usually runs super cheap. I'm lucky I haven't seen anything in that line that I want to collect. That's a really good deal.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the stuff. You said it runs really cheap. No, it runs really expensive, I think is what you actually meant.
Sorry.
No, these are very high quality, very detailed, very nice figures now. When the line started, they weren't that great, but they've gotten so much better. And I have not had a Zaku in this series yet, so I like this particular revision. It's a redesign from one of the OVAs from much later on, so it's more detailed, more colors and everything.
I think
getting a good deal on it too. Like I needed to do that for myself.
I think I've got the Shenlong from, but that's the only one I think I've got from that line.
You if you ever need a little money, you might look into selling that because those Gundam Wing ones at this point go for some money.
I probably will, considering I just saw the Mafex Iron Man.
But that's all I got.
Yeah. Matt, did you get anything?
I got some things off topic.
Go ahead.
It's just that kind of show.
Yeah. So I've been watching some Marvel omnibus stuff on tfradio.net/Amazon.
Ooh.
And a bunch of stuff came down like $30 each in price. So I got the Kurt Busiek and George Perez Avengers.
Oh, I love that
for a
art.
decent price. George Perez is who I think of when I think of Avengers.
Yeah.
Art wise, like R.I.P. George Perez.
Yeah.
But I love this. This is like 2 years worth of Avengers comics, and it leads up to Ultron Unlimited, which is like my favorite Avengers story ever.
Yeah, I love the art from that run of Avengers.
Yes, it is fantastic.
So volume 1, that's volume 1, right? So
well, it's not Avengers Volume 1, but it's Volume 1 of the
Kurt Busiek omnibus, yeah.
Yeah, this is what immediately picks up after the horrible mistake that was Heroes Reborn. No. Believe
me, I remember it because I love that run.
It is great.
Yeah, so Ultron Unlimited is the next story arc, or is it the Kang story arc that's next? With the Damocles base and all that.
It starts off with Morgan Le Fay, and they do Squadron Supreme, the Creed, the Legion of the Unliving, which is when Wonder Man comes back. The Thunderbolts, the
that's such a great run.
Kang, Immortus, and Ultron.
All in that edition.
All in one fabulous edition.
Ultron Unlimited's in that.
Yes.
Ultron, we would have words with thee.
Ultron, we would have words with thee.
What wasn't that in the freaking movie?
When I met George Perez, in Pittsburgh a couple years ago. I mentioned it. I told him that he had drawn, my favorite Thor scene ever, and he just looked at me and said, "Ultron, we would have words with thee."
Yeah,
I was like,
it's everybody's favorite.
Absolutely.
That run, that Thunderbolts arc also has one of my favorite Hawkeye lines ever, which is, I believe, 5 will get you 10. You're being mind controlled again.
Cool. That's great.
So
That's
good.
a great pickup. That's a great pickup.
So yes, I also got some Claremont stuff. So I got the volume 1 of Excalibur.
Okay.
And volume 1 of the New Mutants. So I have plenty of reading material.
Nice.
That's cool.
And that's pretty much it for me.
Donald?
Yes, I got an eclectic mix this time. Off topic, I found it's not the Catra that I wanted, but I did find the Masterverse Catra on special.
Which one did you want, Don?
I want the She-Ra Princess of Power. I want them to do the rights. Who knows about the rights at this point? But
you gave the right answer.
Yeah, it's not about the figure. This was on sale at Target, and I care nothing about the game or the comic it's from, but I got
I bought it anyway.
The Injustice Dr. Fate. I love Dr. Fate's outfits. I think it's a great looking design in general. So it's just, if they make a Dr. Fate, I'll probably get it just because I just like the look. I've always wanted to go to New York, but it's not something that's really in the cards all the time, of course. So I brought a little bit of New York to me. Well, at least a little bit. I got Brooklyn.
How was that?
I'm sorry.
Gargoyles figure.
From Gargoyles.
Broadway, and I got Brooklyn. And they were out a little early, and I got them.
They're named after like stuff in New York.
Okay,
Yeah.
so originally
Thank you, Chris.
Gargoyles, in their original time period, because they were frozen in stone for 1,000 years, in their original time period in their culture, they don't have personal names, except for one special one where for the humans to interact with. So when they woke up in 1992 or whatever, 1994, they took the names of the first things they learned about in their new surroundings, which was the boroughs of Manhattan.
Forget about it.
Yeah, so it's Brooklyn, Broadway, Lexington, Hudson, Bronx.
Yeah, Hudson pointed at a river and asked, "Okay, what's that then?" And when he was told that's the Hudson, well, okay, I'm Hudson, is basically how that went.
Okay.
He was voiced by Ed Asner, so it's worth listening to.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also a ton of Star Trek: The Next Generation people were all through.
I know.
Yeah. But
in Don's words, it's a good show.
it's making me buy the figures, and I've said this before on Twitter, not to go too crazy. These figures are about 35 to 40 a piece, and there's tons of accessories, a collector-friendly box, a nice sturdy box, and Star Wars Black Series is running 25 to 35 for a 6-inch figure with minimal accessories, and in most cases, just a carded figure. So the value is there. On topic, because Legacy Motormaster went up today for pre-order at BBTS, I got my area's last drag strip. So now I have a loose. I have a complete Minosaur, and I'll be able to have a loose set of Stunticons because they just look really good together as a group.
I'm one breakdown away from that, Don. One breakdown.
Yeah. And
I'm
so
one breakdown away from. Well, never mind.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so I got enough to make Minosaur, and I've got a set of loose now that they're reissuing the Motormaster. So I'm
That's
happy
pretty
with
good.
that.
I haven't seen a drag strip in ages.
Yeah, I got the last one in my area, and I just stumbled across it at the Walmart.
I haven't seen a drag strip in days.
Well, I was going through, when I saw that Catra, I was looking for the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, the younger skewing show that He-Man is in Masterverse, and I was checking the top risers at Walmart, and then there was that drag strip just stuck on the top. My Apollo loot came in from BBTS. I got Skyquake.
Is there an Armada Optimus in there? Oh,
no, there's not. I got Skyquake that I really like. He's chunky. He feels great. He's a great looking figure.
They really need to do G1 colors.
Yep.
Yeah. I got a lot of the same stuff y'all have already got. Crash Bar.
Mm-hmm.
So good. So freaking good.
Went ahead and got Twin Cast because of the colors.
Excellent.
I mean, the colors are just so great on this thing.
You are correct.
And of course, Shrapnel. Got to complete my Insecticons. Prowl.
I just want to say, my pile of loot
today
came.
Gamer Edition Barricade to go with the Optimus.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I just want to say that
my
pile. Am I muted?
No.
Okay, Don.
I got
Don.
Maybe it's like a walkie-talkie when he has the button pushed down, he can't hear you.
I just muted him. So I just want to say that all the stuff Don got, my pile of loot came too, and I got that. So I'm just not even going to go through it. Okay.
Don can't
unmute.
Well, he should. If I ask him to be quiet so I can say something, he should do it. Okay. Diecast, what did you get?
Oh, I got the Battlemaster Skull Cruncher. Is that the little?
That's yeah.
Apparently that one's short packed or something. It's the first time I've actually seen it. Apparently it's going for like $20 or $30 on eBay.
I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't know how, but
you know,
so
if you're
I
not
got
watching
that.
live, you really should be, so you can see Don's face right now.
Yeah.
I also got tickets to the new movie because Brian told me that they were out today and you could pre-order it, or you could buy the tickets, so I'm going to have to drive like 20 miles to see the movie, so I'm hoping it's good. I always go into the Transformers movies level. Like, I don't expect it to be good. I don't expect it to be terrible.
I don't know how 7 movies in you haven't learned to expect them to be terrible yet.
I know. I like most of them. I have a little bit of a higher hope for this movie just because Unicron's in it. Even if the movie is a little bit of a mess, I think I'll still enjoy it just for the fact that they're actually going to do a story with Unicron.
Well, no, Diecast, it's a Transformers movie. They're not going to do a story.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, that's
Don,
all I got.
You can finish now.
Don is having a moment.
He's unmuted.
Yeah,
Now he's muted again.
I don't see his video.
I turned his video off.
Oh.
I don't know if has like lag or
no. I was trying to get back on the show for some reason because Hank pulled out my microphone wire and I went muted.
Okay.
So I had to find the wire he pulled out of the simple mechanical switch.
Oh, it wasn't just the fact that I muted Don.
No, it wasn't that. It was me trying to find the wire he pulled out.
Okay.
All right.
Well, your camera's still off.
Well,
it's fine. It's a podcast. Nobody cares.
Yeah. So I got Leader Class Scourge, and last thing I got